Oh my god. Guys, guess what? I'm friends with, like, the whole Transtastic crew on Facebook. It's like I'm collecting them. Like NSYNC dolls. The only one I'm missing is Chase. I wonder why he hates me. Anyway, it's Liam. How's it going? Let's talk about this haircut for a second. Oh, the haircut. So, I went to my second session with Felicia about 2 weeks ago. Actually, yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. It was 2 weeks ago today. And we talked about some stuff, mostly the fact that things are going pretty well in my life right now, and that's pretty awesome. But the options for starting hormones is officially on the table. Like, we talked about it. I had kind of mentioned that, you know, I kind of thought that it was going to take a while, you know, and she was very like, no, this is your decision. I'm not going to hold you back from your decision. You know, you know, I'll write you your letter whenever you're ready. And I kind of had a moment. Kind of freaked out a little bit because now things are getting real. It's no longer an abstract idea that may possibly happen sometime in the future, but something that I can actually attain. And I had a moment. I like to say that my shaving of the head was symbolic, that it was like the last thing that the girl was hanging on to, and I needed to like get rid of it and start fresh and this, that, and the other. Makes absolutely no kind of sense. But it did at the time. And then I went to sleep and I woke up the next day and I felt better. But by then I was already bald, which is why it's taken me a couple of weeks to make this video, because I needed my hair back. Kind of. So yeah, hormones. I can start those. I actually am officially on a waiting list at the Dallas Resource Center. And it's like a 6 to 9 month waiting list. So like the earliest I can start if I go through them is, you know, January through March of next year sometime, which I'm kind of okay with, because that gives me plenty of time to, you know, weigh things and consider things and, you know, let the people close to me get used to the idea, because there were a few explosions. Which, I mean, I get that there were explosions, but there was also an hysterical explosion, and I kind of didn't need that. But again, I understand where it comes from. So yeah, it's kind of exciting, I guess. Felicia also gave me a list of other HRT doctors, that if I feel that I need to start testosterone before my waiting period with the Dallas Resource Center is finished, then you know, I can start calling around to those doctors and seeing if any of them take Medicaid, and if they do, then I can, you know, I could probably get in with one of them sooner. But at this point, I'm kind of okay with the 6 to 9 month waiting list. Kind of good with that. I'll take it. Yeah, so that's kind of exciting. What else? They want to put me in the paper. Yeah, in the paper, which is cool, but also a little weird. You know, I think I said something to like 2 people, and then all of a sudden the paper's like, "Oh, hey, you're trans. Let's do a story about you. Let's put you in the paper. We want to educate people," which, you know, is cool. It really is cool. Like, maybe it could make my life easier, but on the other hand, it could make my life a whole lot worse. But she, the reporter that I spoke to, she seems pretty sensitive to the fact that this is a very personal, very private thing. She seems willing to want to get my story out there the way that I want it told. The only problem with that is that I'm not entirely sure what that means, mostly because I don't know what my story is. But, you know, whatever. It's cool. I'm pretty sure I'm the only trans person on campus, so I guess if I don't educate people, who will? Plus, I was raised with that lovely idea of, if you don't like something, you have to do something to change it. And now I've been given the opportunity to do something to change it. So, and I mean, no, I won't be changing anything on a large scale, but every little bit helps. You know what I mean? There was something else that I was going to talk about. I thought there was something else that I was going to talk about. Maybe I was going to talk about my identification, which I think I've pretty much settled on genderqueer, because I don't know, there's a part of me that is really, and it's a small part and it's getting smaller, but there is a part of me that does not like the male label, and then there's an even bigger part of me that says I really, really, really don't want to be a straight white guy. So I'm kind of settling on the genderqueer label and the transmasculine, because I do want to start hormones and I do want top surgery, but that's as far as I want to transition. And as far as hormones go, you know, I only want to be on it for a certain amount of time. I want to stay on a low dose. You know, I don't want to be overly masculine. I want to be more masculine than I am now. You know, my ideal is to be really ambiguous. So genderqueer it is. And that, when I explain that to people, that seems to kind of calm down the explosions in the people that are close to me, because it more fits in with who they know me as, that instead of me completely changing into something that they don't recognize, I'm still who I am. I'm just changing the outside to match the inside. Which, I mean, we try to explain to people, but they never really get. But that's okay. It'll work out. Anyway, it is early in the morning, and I have all kinds of homework to do because this class is trying to kick my ass. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off here, and I'll see you guys next time.